Y'all know what it is. It's easy work boxing. I'm about to hit you everywhere but under your feet with this one. Post-fight talk for Crawford versus Kavaliauskas and Commey versus Lopez. Now, y'all know I got to go in. I got to admit my wrongs for anything. I was wrong about the Commey versus Lopez fight. But I was also right with something in that fight that there was a chance that Lopez could hurt Commey in the earlier rounds because Commey has the instinct to come in a lot, and Commey literally comes in to hurt his opponent. And I felt that for me watching the Robert Easter fight, seeing how many times Robert Easter caught him with the right uppercut coming in, that Commey could be stopped in rounds from a punch. Being that Teofimo Lopez is a counterpuncher and a slick fighter. So I was really kind of right in that aspect, but I wasn't expecting Teofimo Lopez to show up as great as he did. Shout out to Teofimo Lopez. You proved me wrong. You went out there and you did what was necessary to be a champion, but I wasn't expecting that from him. I was expecting Commey to take Teofimo Lopez into later rounds and try to drown him, and I expected it to be a tit-for-tat fight. I didn't expect it to be a stoppage that early. So shout out to Teofimo. I was wrong. I was wrong in that aspect. But I just felt that Commey was more experienced and had a better chin. And I see with Teofimo Lopez's talent that experience doesn't matter against him. So that's something to look at even when he used to fight Vasil Lomachenko, which probably should be his next fight. If you don't have a mandatory, you never know what may come up. But that was a good fight by Lopez. Now to go into the Terence Crawford fight. If you watched my last video on the Terence Crawford fight, you will see that what I said was pretty much what happened in the fight. The orthodox style was not fit for Terence Crawford to fight Kavaliauskas in because Kavaliauskas is comfortable at fighting orthodox fighters. Kavaliauskas will throw combinations, multiple combinations at his opponent if he's in the orthodox stand, that right-handed stance. A lot of commentary I was hearing, and Andre Ward, Timothy Bradley, even Max, even wondering why Terence Crawford stayed in the southpaw position. And if you watch my first video on this fight, I told y'all from the fight with Ray Robinson that Kavaliauskas does not like to throw his combinations when he's fighting a southpaw fighter because he doesn't position his feet right. That was the reason that Kavaliauskas lost this fight. Other than that, Kavaliauskas would have done a good job against Terence Crawford. A lot of people is talking about this knockdown. That was not a knockdown. A punch did not knock Terence Crawford down. Terence Crawford grabbed his waist, held him as he was shaking away to try to hurt Terence Crawford. Crawford fell to his knee. That was not a knockdown. A knockdown is a punch that as soon as you're hit with it, your hand hits the glove or you fall to your knee. Terence didn't do that. That was not a knockdown. But because the perception was that he was hit with that shot and it was a knockdown, Terence Crawford came out and he became a better fighter. And he eventually knocked out his opponent. Terence Crawford is the number one pound-for-pound fighter in the world for one reason, and that is because he can adapt. A lot of people were saying he was losing the early rounds of his fight. Even if he was losing the earlier rounds of his fight, he still came out and adapted and beat his opponent. Not only beat him, not by 12-round decision, but knocked him out. Terence Crawford is a different breed of a fighter. He is the next Floyd Mayweather. Not in style. He doesn't look like Floyd Mayweather when he's boxing. It's the fact that he can adapt. It's his skill. It's his mind frame. I believe personally that Terence Crawford realized that I'm not going to beat him trying to box him from a distance. I have to go in and I have to throw combinations. And you seen when Terence Crawford balled up, started coming in, like Floyd Mayweather did against Zab Judah. When Zab Judah was beating him the first 4 rounds, Floyd realized that I'm not going to beat him from the outside. I'm going to go in and I'm going to attack his body. I'm not saying that Terrence Crawford did the same thing, but he adapted. He adapted to his opponent. A lot of fighters can't do that. That's why Terrence Crawford is the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. This man at 147, since he's been there, has stopped every opponent he's been in the ring with. But yet, y'all don't believe everybody's ducking him. You got Errol Spence mentioning pay-per-view numbers instead of fighting Terrence Crawford. When he told the world, I will fight Terrence Crawford when he gets a title at 147. The man been beat Jeff Horn. And I know you're going to say, oh, Errol Spence has the accident now, right? He's still going to beat him regardless. And just check out my catalog of videos about Errol Spence. It's not even that Errol Spence is crashed. Errol Spence knew he couldn't beat Terrence Crawford. He told the world he was going to fight Terrence Crawford when he got a belt. Next thing you know, he go to talking about titles, how much Terrence Crawford make on pay-per-view numbers. Bob Arum ain't treating Terrence Crawford right. That ain't got nothing to do with y'all getting in the ring. Nobody wants to fight Terrence Crawford. I told y'all, just check out the last video. He was going to get him in a southpaw stance. Because, what's his name? Kavaliauskas is comfortable throwing combinations from the right-hand stance. When I saw him fight Ray Robson, the little clips that I did see because they never had a full fight, he was uncomfortable throwing combinations because of the foot set of a southpaw. So I knew that if Terrence Crawford switched southpaw, there would be a hard fight for him because he wouldn't feel comfortable stepping in throwing combos. So when Andre Ward and Timothy Brown were like, we don't know what Terrence Crawford's doing, he need to go back to orthodox. No, Terrence knew he's comfortable at me fighting at orthodox. Even though Terrence Crawford went back in orthodox and knocked him down, it was to switch up the game plan, to switch up the look. It wasn't because orthodox was a better position. It was to switch up the look from orthodox. And in the end, he knocked him down. He knocked him out in an orthodox position. We'll just have to see. This man just moved up from 140 and has stopped every opponent he been in the ring with. But y'all still hollering about Errol Spence. Errol Spence didn't stop Sean Porter. Who do I want to see Crawford fight next? I want to see Crawford fight Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia. One of those big names in the welterweight division. But like he said, they keep screaming about across the street. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury finna fight for the second time. Both under different promotional companies. So what is this across the street talk? Bud didn't get dropped by the machine. That wasn't a punch that dropped Bud. Bud was holding on to the machine. Machine was moving. Bud fell to his knee. It wasn't a punch that dropped him clean to his knee, or his hand hit the glove, or his glove hit the ground. You just a Bud hater. And which you have your opinion, ain't nothing wrong with that. But being real, bro, he didn't drop Bud from a punch. Bud held on. He swung him around. He fell to the ground. That's all it was. Even still, even if it was a knockdown in your eyes, what happened to him? What happened? Yeah. Who was too small? Bud was too small, but Kavaliauskas got stopped. You just hating too hard, bro. Just be real with you. Just hating too hard. You probably ain't a Bud fan. You probably an Errol Spence fan, and you just don't want to admit the man is the truth. He moved up to a new division, took a belt, and then knocked out and stopped every opponent he done been in the ring with. Errol ain't did that. Y'all gonna see. And my favorite fighter, Keith Thurman, should be hollering at Bud. That's a good way for Keith Thurman to come back. Go and fight Terrence Crawford. That's a good fight for Keith Thurman to go back and do. Me personally with Manny Pacquiao ain't picked the fight yet in my opinion because Manny Pacquiao somewhere juicing up, waiting to pick his next opponent. That's my opinion on Manny Pacquiao. A lot of people don't believe that Manny Pacquiao is on steroids or use steroids. Manny Pacquiao ain't run through that many divisions without using steroids, y'all. We just being real. I'm just being real with you. I know Thurman may not want them problems with Crawford, but y'all go see him. If Thurman was talking trash about Crawford, he hasn't done anything at 147. Go see him. We got Errol Spence. People gonna talk about the car crash, but he sitting there posting that he a savage. He only broke his teeth. So ain't too much wrong with Errol Spence. So Errol Spence should come back and say he want the top of the line competition, which would be Terrence Crawford. Now Terrence Crawford fight is over. Let's see who's gonna be out there calling out Terrence Crawford. Let's see who's gonna be out there saying, I want Terrence Crawford right now. Errol Spence back. He ain't break nothing but his teeth, remember? They the two biggest. That's why you think you ain't heard from Manny Pacquiao. Thank you, Magnetic. Why you think you ain't heard from Manny Pacquiao? He ain't chose no new opponent because Manny Pacquiao getting juiced up, and then he gonna clean his system out before the fight. Y'all gotta pay attention to what go on. Blaine Simmons, what fight you saying you agree with me on, but will never happen? Honestly, I think that Errol Spence is gonna move up to 154 when he comes back. It's not gonna happen. Spence is gonna move up. And even if he do move up, he still got to run up on my dog, Erickson Lubin. Erickson the Hammer Lubin. So move on up. Julian Williams. Caliber opponents. Arizlandi Laura. Pure boxer. Errol Errol Spence don't want to move up to 154. It's even better competition at 154. I'm telling y'all. Chris Eubank needs to still fight with the trainer that he got from Mayweather Gym to fight James DeGale. Chris Eubank needs a serious trainer. Because Jerry Hurd is a steroid user. When he wasn't on steroids, he wasn't the same fighter. He lost, didn't he? He's a steroid user, just like Dillian White. Did you see Dillian White's last fight? Did you see the same power? Did you see the same strength in Dillian White? Hell no. Yeah, but I just got to get on here and let the world know that was not a knockdown. The punch didn't put Terrence down. His glove didn't hit the ground after the punch. He caught him with a glancing hook. He grabbed him. He wobbled around him. Terrence hit the ground. He got right back up. The reason I know he didn't hurt Terrence because within, I'll say, 10 seconds of them throwing punches, they clinched, and Terrence didn't hold him. Terrence didn't hold Kavaliauskas. When I seen that, I said, oh, he wasn't hurt for real. Now, Kavaliauskas came out there like I told y'all. He can box. He wasn't just a brute. And Terrence Crawford still went out there and did what was necessary. He adapted in the ring and still knocked out Kavaliauskas. Even after the commentary that was said about Terrence Crawford, why he wanted to stand southpaw, we don't know why he's doing that. The commentators all agreed that Terrence Crawford is the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. But like he said, he was loading up with punches, and he didn't have to do that. He wanted to knock him out. See, but that's what happens when you have the world in your head telling you that this person ain't good enough to be in the ring with you. You want to go out there and literally just knock them out and get them out your way. And that was becoming a problem for him. Instead of him just going out there and taking his time, he wanted to prove to the world that even though this is a mandatory, he ain't worth being in the ring with me. And that's where you have good trainers at. You know, Terrence has 3 trainers. And that's when you have people come in and say, hey, calm down. You don't have to do that. I'll box him. Beat him in the ring. You don't have to load up with every shot trying to knock him out. Throw multiple shots. Catch him. Figure him out. And that's what Bud did. That's why Bud is the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, because he's able to adapt. The average fighter can't adapt. You see what I'm saying, Blaine? Stay calm. Cool, just stay calm. Stay in the southpaw stance. Kavaliauskas could not throw combinations at a left-hand fighter. I saw that against Ray Robinson. He a single punch thrower when he fighting a southpaw fighter. Crawford been dangerous. See, people, when they say the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, they're expecting to see another Floyd Mayweather. You're not going to see another Floyd Mayweather. What you're going to see is somebody with the skills and the mind frame of a Floyd Mayweather. Now, yeah, a lot of people gonna say that Bud went down, which is gonna be a lie. But that's gonna be people willing to criticize Bud. The fact of the matter is, this man has just came to 147, took a title, and he has stopped every opponent he's been in the ring with. He even made Amir Khan quit. And Amir Khan is a fighter that Floyd Mayweather did not want to fight himself. I'm just being real with you. Former undisputed champion, two-time lineal title holder. The man is the truth. Y'all got Errol Spence faking car injuries, all types of shit. And then when he come back, he ain't gonna even want to fight Errol Spence. I mean, he ain't gonna fight Terrence Crawford. He talking about Terrence Crawford pay-per-view numbers. Terrence Crawford ain't being treated right by Bob Arum. But you told the public, as soon as Terrence Crawford win a title, which he won in his first fight, you was gonna fight him. Now is all this business talk. Nobody wants to fight Terrence Crawford. Now Spence need a warm-up fight. But all he hurt was his teeth, remember? All he hurt was his teeth. He didn't have a broken bone, nothing. He hurt his teeth. He posted he was a savage. A savage don't need a step-up fight. All he needs is a mouth guard. He broke his teeth. When it comes to real talk, they don't want to talk about that. He broke his teeth, from what they say. Come on, man. Actually, in my opinion, this is my opinion, the Machine was a harder fight for Sean Porter. I mean for Terrence Crawford, because in my opinion, Sean Porter can't box better than the Machine. Sean Porter can't box better than Kavaliauskas. I think that was a harder fight. And Sean Porter is feather-fisted. I think Sean Porter is more feather-fisted than Kavaliauskas. You think that Sean Porter hit harder than Kavaliauskas? I don't know when Bud's next fight is. That's on Top Rank and Bud. Malignaggia was no bum. A feather-fisted fighter, but was no bum. But like I told y'all, I was correct. I told y'all Bud would stop him from the left-hand stance in the later rounds, 8th, 9th, 10th round. I was wrong about Teofimo Lopez versus Commey, but I was right in the aspect when I told y'all that Commey may catch, Teofimo Lopez may catch Commey in the earlier rounds and drop him. I was right in that point. If y'all go back and y'all watch that video, I was right in that point, but I was wrong. I actually thought that Commey would come out on top from experience, better chin. But great boxing by Teofimo Lopez. He went out there, now he's the new IBF champion. He stopped Richard Commey. But if you watch my video, even though I was wrong, I told y'all that there's a chance that Teofimo Lopez will stop Richard Commey in the earlier rounds from a counterpunch. So, give me that much credit when you go back. But I was exactly right by the Terrence Crawford fight. If y'all watching the channel, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Hey LH, how you doing? Go to it's all in the community. I have PayPal connected to the channel, and it's Easy Work 83. Easy Work 83 on Cash App. If you like to donate, I appreciate you, bro. You know, a lot of people say they gonna donate. I'm gonna see if you gonna donate, LH. I ain't calling you out, but just go to PayPal. It's in community. Easy Work Boxing. Easy Work 83 all combined. Easy Work 83. So I appreciate you if you do, brother. I told you a lot of people, as this man a two-time Olympian, power in both hands, strong fighter. I told people, I said, this is going to be Jeff Horn versus Terrence Crawford too. That's what I said, Jeff Horn versus Terrence Crawford too. I wasn't expecting Terrence Crawford. Oh, I ain't disrespecting Sean Porter. The one thing about them two, they have a mutual respect between each other, so we may not even see that fight. There's going to have to be a lot of money on the line for Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford to fight each other. Yeah, a lot of Spence fans disrespected Porter, and he went out there and showed out on Spence. You know, Andy Ruiz let down a lot of people, man. That was real messed up. I don't think he really understands the amount of people he let down by letting them belts go back overseas. A lot of people was depending on Andy Ruiz to go there and show out. But Andy Ruiz didn't hold up to where he was talking. Yeah, Porter got dropped, but Porter still went out there and did a good job. And I ain't trying to put nothing off on no Crawford fans. At the end of the day, I know that Terrence Crawford will beat Errol Spence. It's easy work for Errol Spence. It's easy work for Terrence Crawford. Errol Spence is one-dimensional. Come straight forward, head, body, head, body. Terrence Crawford is not one-dimensional. Has Errol Spence stopped every opponent since he been at welterweight? Well, fighting at welterweight? No. I'm finna ask y'all this. Has Errol Spence stopped every opponent fighting at welterweight? No. Terrence Crawford has stopped every opponent fighting at welterweight. Am I correct? But I'm wrong for saying that Terrence Crawford could beat Errol Spence. MR, Mister, he made Amir Khan quit. Amir Khan is a fighter that was ducked by Floyd Mayweather. Believe that. What is low competition for Bud? Explain that. Asian. What is low competition for Bud? What fighters are you saying is low competition? He won titles from Ndongo. No. I asked you about triangle theory. I said, how is Bud, people are saying he has fought no competition? Even at welterweight. He beat Jeff Horn, who beat Manny Pacquiao, supposedly. Which I don't feel he beat Manny Pacquiao. But he beat Jeff Horn, stopped him. Beat Benavidez, a truly a 154 pounder, beat him, stopped Amir Khan. He just stopped his mandatory. Who has Errol Spence stopped? Has he stopped every opponent at welterweight? No. Did he stop a little bit of Michael Garcia? A 2 divisions smaller Michael Garcia? Did he stop him? No. But all this disrespect goes towards Terrence Crawford. AJ will not beat Wilder. You know that. Stop playing. You know he won't beat Wilder. They just hate on Bud, man. They just don't want to see Bud be great. Y'all hold on 1 second. We back, baby. We back. Yeah, you know, loyalty no longer exists. You gotta remember, nobody would know Bud if it wasn't even for Bob Arum. Floyd Mayweather didn't sign Terrence Crawford. The Zone didn't sign him. Showtime didn't sign him. We know of this man because of Top Rank. So a lot of disrespect is coming from him, especially from black people, because he chooses to stay loyal to Bob Arum, which Bob Arum is the reason that Terrence Crawford is undisputed, that Terrence Crawford is a title holder at 147, has stopped every opponent he's been in the ring with at 147, but yet everybody likes to disrespect Terrence Crawford because they are fans and channels are fans of big name fighters. All the fighters that these channels are riding their coattails of have never been undisputed. That's how you know these channels don't know nothing about boxing. Because if you're going to ride the coattail of a fighter, you ride the coattail of the undisputed champion, the king of the ring. It's not about the money. Let me tell y'all something. Terrence Crawford, I have to tell people this. Terrence Crawford is a street dude. Terrence Crawford fight for his respect. It's not about the money with Terrence Crawford. He's out there to feed his kids, true enough. He from the streets. He don't want no other man being known for beating him. Then you just seen how he just come back and beat him? Kavaliauskas. He got a street mentality. He don't want nobody sitting up on the front porch drinking beer talking about the day they beat Bud. That's his advantage. And he can fight and adapt in the ring. Ain't nobody gonna beat Bud, in my opinion. care about the money. Bud want to be great. PBC want the money. Errol Spence don't want the money. They know what Bud capable of. Trust me. What you think Floyd Mayweather over there with Hal Heyman for? Nobody is unbeatable. You are correct. Nobody is unbeatable. But I don't believe none of them can beat Terrence Crawford. And Keith Thurman, I'm a fan of yours, and I want you to step up to the plate. I want you to go at Terrence Crawford. You just suffered a loss. Your best comeback would be fighting a fighter like Terrence Crawford. Or you may need a pickup fight. But y'all need to get at Terrence Crawford. Until then, I don't want to hear no more talk about who great. Man, Bud from the hood. That's what people misunderstand. He's a different type of fighter. He don't want you sitting up 10 years from now talking about, I remember when I beat Terrence Crawford. He ain't finna let that happen. The pound for pound best fighter in the world, man. Get a man his props. Bud about that real shit. Shot in his head at a dice game. Straight out the hood. That's what people ain't understand. What fighter got Bud's backstory? Been shot in the head at a dice game. Huh? I'm praying the truth come back 100%. Because I don't want no excuse when Bud beat him up. I don't want no excuse when Bud beat him up. I hope Errol come back 180% truth. Because I know he stands no chance against Bud. Okay then, Spence cleaning out division easy. Tell him to run up on Crawford. Tell him to stop ducking Crawford. The same fighter that he said he was going to fight as soon as he got a title that he ain't fought yet. Jose Marirez need to worry about 140. He got Josh Taylor issues right now. Bud been calling out Spence. That's what you can't talk to these Spence fans about what the truth is. Errol Spence went from I'm gonna fight him when he get a title to his pay-per-view numbers don't match my numbers. Bob Arum don't treat him good. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Regis done, son. Regis one of my favorite fighters too, but Regis lost those titles. He got to fight Josh Taylor. He has to fight Josh Taylor to be undisputed. I know Taylor wants my rear ass now. Bob don't want to invest no money in Terrence Crawford fighting black fighters. He don't see a profit in it. You know, I didn't see him go off on PBC fighters. What did he do? Did he tell them it's time to step up? Stop ducking? Did y'all know that Ugis is also Errol Spence's mandatory? So I wonder what they're going to do about Ugis being Errol Spence's mandatory. That's another person he ducked. And now he ducking Terrence Crawford. He ducking Ugas and Terrence Crawford. Errol Spence. Now let's see which way he gonna go when he come back. Which Ugas is his mandatory. Yeah. Let's see which way the truth goes. He ain't gonna fight Ugas. And he ain't gonna fight Crawford. He's gonna move up to 154. Watch what I tell you. He don't want to keep the WBO belt in-house. He feels there's no money outside of fighting Errol Spence. Which is wrong because you don't feel that way when you're making Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. Canelo don't want to see Andre Ward. Canelo don't want to see Andre Ward. Andre Ward is a different fighter. Andre Ward is a dirty tactic, frustrating fighter. Andre Ward gonna headbutt him, take him out of his fight game, and beat him up. I'm telling y'all, Andre Ward is not Daniel Jacobs. Which Ward gonna take some step-up fights before he get in the ring with Canelo. But if Ward could come out and do what he did to Sergey Kovalev, even though he lost the first fight and he won from low body shots, he's a good strategist. And I think his strategy is good enough to wear Canelo out. Canelo will not beat Andre Ward because Andre Ward is going to wrestle the hell out of Canelo Alvarez the whole fight and beat him up. Whose hand is messed up? Canelo? I think Andre schooled him. Andre showed him the other side of boxing. See, Floyd showed him the mind frame of boxing. I think Andre Ward showed him the dirty side of boxing. Floyd showed him the tactical side, the bag of tricks side, being a great boxer side. But Andre Ward will teach him the how to win side. That's all fair game side. I don't see Canelo Alvarez beating Andre Ward. I don't see it being enough bribe money to let Andre Ward go out there and get beat by Canelo Alvarez. Even though it's not really a great fight for Andre Ward, like to bring him back as a great, but I know he ain't gonna lose to Canelo Alvarez. He won't let that be on his legacy. Canelo been running from Andrade, the Charlos. He running from Triple G a third fight because he lost both fights, in my opinion. Coming forward don't mean you won a fight, but he's dodging the whole 160 division. He been running from Andrade since 154. A lot of people don't know that. Just like the Charlos been running from Andrade from 154. He ain't running from no Charlos, then why he ain't fought one yet? He can fight Charlo's brother right now. He got titles at 160. If I ain't mistaken, 160, 168, and 175. But people think he's the number one pound for pound because he's going for different weight divisions, collecting titles. He ain't undisputed at NAM division. He is not great. He's collecting titles. That's all. But hey, y'all, it's time for me to get off, y'all. I've been on here long enough, 45 minutes. I thank y'all for tuning in, all those who tune in. I appreciate y'all. Y'all my family. I thank you. I love you. Taking time out your life to watch these videos. Shout out to all the fighters that fought tonight. Like I said, I was right by one. Just check out the last video. And thank you, Dejon. Thank you. Watch out for the last video on Terrence Crawford versus Kavaliauskas. I was correct. And I was correct even in some point of the fight between Teofimo Lopez versus Commey. I said that Teofimo Lopez could knock Commey out in the early round. He did that. And thank you, James. And I thank y'all for tuning in. Keep watching the videos. It's easy work boxing. I'm out.